G'day everybody, Terry Ryder from hotspotting.com.au. Hope you're having a good day. I want to talk to you today about Adelaide, which I regard as Australia's most underrated market because it's one of Australia's most consistent markets right now amongst the state and territory capital cities. We think that it is the most consistent of the property markets. It shows up very strongly in our surveys that we conduct quarterly for the Price Predict Index, where we monitor sales volumes in the various towns and suburbs across Australia. And in 10 of the past 12 quarterly surveys, Adelaide's recorded between 44 and 50 suburbs with growth momentum. Right now, it's got more suburbs with growth momentum than any other capital city in Australia, given that Sydney and Melbourne are both winding down. Perth is starting to rise. Brisbane is a little bit mediocre at the moment. And Adelaide is actually the national leader in terms of the number of suburbs with growth momentum. And it's very consistently performing in that regard. We've just published our new top 5 Adelaide Hotspots report. It was published yesterday. We're promoting it this weekend, and we think it's worthy of consideration given that Adelaide has an attractive level of affordability, and it's underpinned by a state economy which is actually showing signs of a major improvement. It's significant to us that CommSec in its quarterly State of the States report in this most recent edition elevated the South Australian economy from the number 6 ranked in Australia to the number 4th ranked. And it comes on the back of the improving prospects, the unemployment rate's improving in South Australia, business confidence is rising. There's significant infrastructure spending, which we think is a very important factor. The big thing coming up for Adelaide is the multi-billion-dollar spend for vessels for the Navy, but there's lots of other spending on infrastructure happening as well, particularly on transport infrastructure, road and rail links happening around Adelaide. South Australia is quite a strong resources state, and that resources sector is coming back strongly, and it's going to benefit the South Australian economy moving forward, given that we see very strong correlations between the strength or otherwise of the state economy and the strength or otherwise of the capital city property market. So given that the South Australian economy is rising and improving and infrastructure spending is rising, we think that this improvement that CommSec has seen in the South Australian economy is going to continue, and the prospects that we see for the Adelaide property market are going to get stronger and stronger. So certainly worthy of consideration, very affordable, great value for money, better rental yields than you're going to find in places like Sydney and Melbourne. And as that market rises, there are some very strong prospects for good investing there. So give it some thought. Our new top 5 Adelaide Hotspots report out this weekend. And if you're interested in that report, go to the hotspotting.com.au website and click on the investor page from the menu bar at the top, and it'll take you through to our suite of reports where you'll find top 5 Adelaide Hotspots. That's all from me for now. Bye for now.